Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. And I'm here today to make a review for One Piece manga chapter 1038. So we start things off with the Raizo battle, if you want to call it a battle, because for the longest of time they've been like, you unreleased your Jitsu. No, you unreleased your Jitsu. And right now they're burning. And in all honesty, I don't care if they burn to the ground. Like, when you watch Cinema Sin videos, if everyone's familiar with Cinema Sin's videos, you are familiar with the Sin skip. Let's apply that here and let's move on. So the other thing I want to talk about is the Ezo versus the CP0 stuff. And I think we are finally going to get a fight where we actually see these CP0 guys in work, and this will finally enable us to kind of gauge where they are on the grand scheme of the power scaling when it comes to One Piece. Because for now, these CP0 guys, they're quite a mystery. Don't really know where to put them when it comes to power levels, because they haven't really done much fighting, and if they have done any fighting, it's all been done off screen. And I'm talking about what's his name? Who got deck? Drake getting KO'd off screen. So I think what this chapter sets up, the fight that it sets up with Izo and the CP0 agents, will finally enable us to just see where these guys stand in the grand scheme of things. How effectively it's going to do it, we don't really know, because we don't really know where to put Izo himself. We know he was a division commander for Whitebeard, but what division was it? And some people say that Whitebeard's division captains were not necessarily the strongest. For example, we had Marco at number one when Odin was number two, and people would arguably say that Odin was the second strongest person within Whitebeard's crew when he was there. So there's that to consider. So after that, or was it before that? But the next thing I'm going to talk about anyway is what the hell is going on with Zoro right now. Because as we know, because that's what happens, we get a little bit of so basically you get Chopper transformed back into his normal form. Well, yeah, the form that we're most familiar with, the form that we usually see him with. Obviously, just a quick reminder, he had the side effects of his rumble board, of his new rumble board, and he shrinks similar to what Luffy used to do back when he used to use Gear 3. He's gone back to his original form. Chopper then starts talking about Zoro, just reminding us that he took some magical curing drug, and when it wears off, he's going to feel double the effects. And we then see Zoro, and what we see is quite scary. It's scary, yeah, but I had to laugh as well, because Zoro is pretty much in a feeble position. He cannot move, and he sees the Grim Reaper. So his double punishment is seeing the Grim Reaper. And the Grim Reaper is come to take his soul, take him to the underworld, take him to hell. And Zoro's like, no, allow me. Don't do it. Don't do it. So now what I'm thinking is that I don't think the Grim Reaper has actually come up and surfaced. I think this is all a mental thing for Zoro, and it's not really actually happening. But be it a mental thing, I feel like if Zoro actually feels like he's been killed, then he will be dead. And why I think this is because, as we see as the chapter goes on, we know that Frankie is in the vicinity. He's close by to where Zoro is. So I think what's going to happen is that Frankie is going to hear Zoro is screaming out for help to not be killed, etc. Frankie bumps into Zoro, and Frankie helps him overcome this mental trauma that Zoro is currently going through. So the last thing I want to talk about is basically what the rest of the chapter is about, and the title of the chapter as well, what was it centered around, was Kid and Law versus Big Mom. So I've been saying for a while, I'm saying it again, I do not feel with the combined efforts of Law and Kid that they can beat Big Mom. That's just the way I feel about it. And I am still in that ball camp, and as we see within this chapter, they are having an extremely hard time with it. Technically, they should be already dead now. So what's keeping them alive is their plot armor. Let's be real. Let's be so real. It's their plot armor that is keeping them alive right now. So we see them laid out on the floor, but then by some magic again, plot armor, they are able to get back up. And now they both use the awakenings. And now I'm pretty sure it was stated, not word for I'm not saying quoting this verbatim here, but I'm pretty sure it was stated by both of them that using their awakenings was like a trump card for them. It was like a last ditch effort kind of thing. So the fact that they were able to use it again within this chapter, reaching, honestly, reaching. But regardless of that, they do it, and they were able to deliver two, I'm guessing, good blows on Big Mom. I know the shock really was affects her, and I know kids punk, whatever this this move was called, it does send her flat, and fair enough. So it's doing damage. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like these two should be able to defeat Big Mom. And I feel like they are there to just delay. But what's enabled them to last this long, Law and Kid, is the plot armor. It's because Oda needs them to delay Big Mom, so Big Mom doesn't go back up there during Kaido versus Luffy again, and because then that would just be a complete rat pill. What will happen? It'll be completely impossible. So I feel that Law and Kid, they're playing the delay game, but the game that they're playing, they're not the right level for it, if you will. They shouldn't be participating. They shouldn't be able to compete with Big Mom. But plot is allowing them to do so. That's just how I feel. Anyway, there's everything. Oh no, the Yamamoto stuff. So yeah, she's there running around, doing her job. Not more to say on it by that. So yeah, I think I've touched upon everything. Anyway, because we are here, there, and everywhere, and not really a main focus, which I would prefer, but I understand because there is so much going on here, and if we did concentrate on one thing, then we'd essentially have to have narration saying this happened at the same time this has happened, or go back. You get what I'm trying to say. I am going to give this episode chapter a 3-star rating and call it a review. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, take care, have a nice day.